It's finally time. I'm gonna brew up my coffee into an espresso. So this here is the same Nicaraguan coffee that I roasted and I did a cupping with. And now I wanna make an espresso with it to actually get the full experience of what it tastes like as an espresso. The cupping didn't go as well as I would have liked, but I figured because it is a darker roasted coffee with the drop temp being at 430 degrees Fahrenheit, it's not going to provide as much of the flavor notes or tasting notes that I was hoping for. Just because it's darker, a lot of those complexities have probably burnt off during the roasting process, but you still could possibly get a good traditional espresso profile from this roast. So we're gonna brew up an espresso, and then I'm also going to brew up a latte, and I'm gonna try to do latte art and most likely humiliate myself on the channel, but whatever, I don't care. It's still gonna taste good either way, I'm sure. So I'm gonna get these weighed up and get them grinded and brewed up. So let's do it. So excited for this one. This is the information on the roast again. It's a Nicaraguan coffee, and I don't know if this is the farm or if this is the area, but Matagalpa, Esmeralda. Roast notes have a 430 degree drop temp at 12 minutes and 27 seconds for the total roast, and it was roasted on the 25th of February. Originally, this was for my friend Alex, and I was like, you know what? This was the first one I roasted. Let me hold on to this one, especially because I roasted it with you guys on camera, and I wanted to have you guys experience that journey together with me from start to finish. So here are the beans. As you can see, it's a typical darker espresso. I'm sorry, darker coffee. It's not totally dark, like you're not really seeing a lot of the oils. You're seeing it on some of the beans probably, but up my sleeve. But this is your darker medium roast, I would assume. But let's see how these do as an espresso. Like I said, the cupping didn't go as planned. Not as planned, I just wasn't as I didn't enjoy my own roast as much as I would have liked to, but it's all right. Oh, shit. Actually, what I need to do, okay, we're at 19.4. Let me check that really quick. I wanted to revert back to my dialing in notes and make sure that I have the right settings for when I grind up these beans. Okay. And I haven't really showed this in a while, but this is the bottomless portafilter that I use. I forgot the company. It's a company that I got this from on Amazon. It's solid. The one thing, and it's probably my prep, but this does typically spray. I don't know if it's it's got to be me, but I don't know, works. It still works great. But yeah, it's always a little messy when I use it. So we want this on the 7th setting. Let me hit the bellows here. Beautiful. So yeah, really excited to try this. I had 19.4 grams weighed out. I grinded at 7. Just get rid of this real quick. I grinded at 7. I feel like that's the typical hot spot for somewhat newly roasted coffee. It's kind of like my go-to setting to try grinding a coffee at if I'm not totally sure of where to start specifically with the coffee. I feel like if it's at least within a month from the roast date, 7 for the Baratza Sette 30, and I'm sure that goes for the other Baratza models as well. The Sette models, at least, the 7 is a great starting point, and then from there it's usually one notch up to 8 if it's too fine, or one notch down if it's too coarse, and that's usually where I'm sitting at. I want to say 80% of the time with coffees that I'm roasting up. I'm sorry, at the coffees that I'm grinding up. The only time that doesn't hold true is when the coffee's older. When the coffee goes a little bit more stale, it's not able to grab or absorb as much water during the extraction process, which means I have to grind finer, going lower, and then eventually, if it's an old coffee, you got to get the high pressure basket, which pretty much forces the water and the coffee to absorb together. All right. I think what I may do is, sorry. I was gonna prep the next shot for the latte, but I really don't think I need to do that. Okay. So let's get this final tamp in, and we'll run the machine to get the boiler cooking. There we go. Beautiful. You just clean off the sides of the basket. And here we go. Not bad, not bad. So first things first, I do want to just run the machine. All right, good enough. I'm gonna try this angle out. It's a new angle. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but let's give it a try. So we're just gonna do a simple 1-to-2 ratio. Here we go. All right, holding the double shot button down, and we're gonna wipe off. Let's see, clean. I like it, I like it. 10 seconds in, we're at 18, which is a good spot, I think. Seconds, we're at 36, and we're going to stop it right there. So it's going to go a little over 1 to 2, but it looks good. This is the shot. Look at that. Big head of crema, which usually indicates it's a newer roast, I think. Good job. Look at that. Pretty. All right. Moment of truth. Definitely smells darker. Okay. So it has a dark character to it. I definitely just tasted what am I tasting? I really don't know. Let me try it one more time. So it's dark. It's not a traditional Italian style dark espresso. There's way more flavor to it, I guess you could say. It's not burnt. It is darker. I want to say it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can pull anything from my book. Okay, I got my book out again. And I want to use it to nail what I'm tasting. Let me see. Okay. I can't hold the book open while I do this. I want to say I get like a nutty taste. Like a chocolatey, like a milk chocolatey, nutty taste. It's really good. So just to remind you guys of the tasting notes that the farm, or at least BodhiLeaf Coffee Traders, put on the bag. So I'm assuming that they did their own roasting and cupping. I don't know what roast profile was used for the cupping, but it was strawberry, vanilla, cacao nibs, and black tea. I don't really get a black tea. If anything, it's super, super subtle. Because there's always like a bitterness. I don't know. It was good. It was way better than I thought it was going to be because it was so dark and the cupping sucked. And it made me think too. I was like, maybe the cupping was done incorrectly, where maybe I grinded too fine and not allowing enough absorption or brewing or steeping to happen. So maybe I will go back and try it again, but it'll be on my own time. One thing I do want to do, I want to make this latte. So let's give it a try. All right, I got it all prepped. I am now going to get this all set up. That's the coffee mug I'm going to use. I got to reset this. And what I want to do is look at this beautiful little thing, Normcore. Great product, my friends. I probably have a grip on too high. Only thing I'm not crazy about with the milk is I have an organic unsweetened vanilla almond milk. So not ideal, but whatever. Let's try it. There you go. Got that all set up. Okay, let's pull the shot. Look at that, sprayed. That color though, it's a nice color. It's going a little quicker this time, so my prep wasn't as good, I guess. Not bad though. 38.2 at 22 seconds. All right, that's the pull. Let me get this out of the way. And we'll get this prepped. Running the steamer. There we go. Nice and hot. I'm gonna see how I could do this one-handed. Let me get a wet paper towel first. All right, wet paper towel is set. Just waiting for it to get hot. I may have not let in enough air, I'm assuming. I really don't think I did. All right, that's hot. Yeah, I don't think I let in enough air. Okay, let me clean this off. Maybe I did. All right, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna try. This is freaking hot. Oh yeah. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a thing. What do we call this? We call this the red cabbage. You can call that the red cabbage latte art right there. First of its kind. So that's my beautiful artwork. Obviously critique. I really just trying to learn this on my own through YouTube videos and whatever. That's pretty good. Obviously it's flavored almond milk, so it's kind of cheating in terms of getting the natural flavor of a steamed milk and coffee. But I feel like that darker roasted coffee goes well with the milk. It's good. Honestly, I don't even know how that clip is going to come out, but it did better. I did better than I thought it was, so I'm not too upset about it. Yeah, I always feel like I taste like cheese anytime I have a latte. It could be the milk I'm using, maybe almond milk, but I get cheese. I don't know what kind of cheese, but it's what I get. But that's it. Ooh, trying to continue getting better at latte art, even though I just like my little espressos. But it's nice to venture out a little bit. The next video I'm gonna do is gonna be of this guy here, Passenger Agaro, Ethiopia. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do an espresso and a latte or a cortado. I just don't have the glass for a cortado, so I need to get one, but I think I can continue working with lattes for now, get a much better feel for pouring latte art, and then maybe I can venture on into the cortado world. But after I film that coffee, I'm probably going to be doing another roast series. Not like a series, but like have you guys follow along with me from roast to cupping to brewing. And it's going to be my washed Ethiopian, which could potentially be this. I remember reading the tasting notes are pretty similar. I don't remember if it's from the Agaro region, so I do have to check up on that. But excited to try that. I have 20 pounds of it to have fun with, so I'm really excited to try that out. I am excited to try the Costa Rican one I have that I got for Christmas. I have to roast that up, and I have to roast the Chinese one. So I have a bunch of roasting to do. Super excited for this spring. It's going to be filled with a lot of home roasted coffee, and hopefully I can share it with some of you guys. If you're ever in town, definitely let me know if you're in the Philly area. I'd be happy to have a batch waiting for you when you get here. But yeah, really excited for that. I do plan on going down to Richmond, Virginia, hopefully within the next month or two. So maybe I could try to stop in at some coffee shops there. I could give you guys some clips or footage of some of the shops in the area if you're ever around. They could be like a point of reference, or they could be points of interest for you guys to go to. Richmond is a sick area, so don't sleep on it. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to continue enjoying this latte before I go on a run and enjoy the rest of my day. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.